before he passed away. Yeah. I remember one time he made a motion like that, and then I went, oh, wait a minute. And it dawned, you know, I never barely missed. I didn't know what to ask.
Just to help a little bit too, this is the actual GIS map that shows parceling, so, obviously this being the parcel we're discussing, that being your home right there. So yeah, on this site plan, we have your buildings with fencing in between each unit as it goes along the back. And you're right, it was the, so that right away, the right away of Greenwood goes and joins your north property line.
Once that fence is up there.
Right, so scheduled to go next year, no, I completely understood.
Oh, I get it. When Main Street was closed, I mean, you probably like,
I'd have to, yeah, I'll have to review it, but yeah. But yeah, sure. But this development is for this piece.
I understand, you just live right there and you've seen what the property development has done so far, and especially when the Main Street was closed down and had all kinds of traffic. You know, it just,
Little shit that Mickey.
yes, exactly. I understand. You and I
Okay.
actually had a conversation about
Keyed
that.
out clamps in.
They're just waiting and
Okay.
waiting, and then they
So they're gonna
start
take
driving on the property road.
3 weeks early.
Does that address your concerns? Okay.
Thank you.
thank you.
Friday,
I forget.
he ain't breathing good.
Does the board have any more questions?
I'm good.
No, I don't have any.
We got it.
And did I make the announcement? No. I
Man,
didn't
you gotta
finish
close
them.
the
I
meeting.
didn't finish them. Anybody else here to speak for or against the request for a developmental variance on the amount of parking spaces required at 100 North Colfax Street?
I can speak for it. My name's Greg Vance. Need address or just?
Yeah, well, I suppose we could put the address in.
Let's write this down. We gotta make sure this is.
Anyway,
So in my former position with the town as chief of police, dealt with many property owners and never had any issues as far as parking or relationships with clients or visitors at any of the auction properties. So if that knowledge helps, I know they've got different concerns that were expressed, but it sounds like those might have been a lead. But as far as the parking experiences I personally had with auction properties that were
thank you. With that, I'm going to close the public hearing. And what's the pleasure of the board with respect to a request for a developmental variance on the amount of parking spaces at 100 North Colfax?
Mr. Chairman, I am going to make a recommendation that we grant Austin Properties 100 North Colfax LLC, Jeff Austin, a developmental variance for parking spaces required in the amount of 7 spaces? Or 10?
10 spaces.
10 spaces,
7.
dependent on the use of the property.
I'll second it.
Questions on the motion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You're all set. Item 5, Duneland Group, 305 West Ridge Road by Charlie Ray, requesting permission for a public hearing on a developmental variance on the maximum floor area ratio, front and rear yard setbacks, and parking spaces. Petitioner has acquired additional property to the south. Petitioner has requested to be removed from the agenda. Motion to remove?
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to go ahead and we make a motion that the item number 5 be dropped from the agenda.
Second?
Questions on the motion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 6, same group, Duneland Group, 305 West Ridge Road by Charlie Ray, requesting permission for a public hearing on a use variance to operate an automobile service station mid-block. Petitioner has acquired additional property to the south. Petitioner has requested to be removed from the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to go make a motion that we drop item number 6 from the agenda.
Second that.
Questions on the motion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign, motion carries. New business, item 1, Mance Consulting LLC, Greg Mance, 200 West Avenue B, requesting a developmental variance to allow gravel parking for use in an RV storage facility.
This is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, you know.
Is this
when
like
you- when you-
planned?
When you know the guy's name and you know where he lives, but you gotta ask him for the record, it's,
Now I'm just thinking from the old days is what I'm thinking here.
you can use a 200 West address.
All right, Greg Mance, 200 West Avenue B, Griffin.
Okay. And, Greg, what is it exactly that we have read just sum it up for us. What is it that you're wanting to do over there?
So there's a need for outdoor storage for such things as motor homes, trailers, and boats. I know this from my previous experience where there's a constant battle of trying to get these relocated from people's backyards and driveways and front yards. I know that in the town, there's a few established facilities for this, and they're at capacity normally, usually, especially during off-season. So there's a need for it. I found some property within the town of Griffith that would, I think, serve a great spot for that. But one of the variances that I'm seeking is to use a gravel lot. Most facilities like this have gravel lots for the purpose of the weight that's gonna be put on them for long-term. It's hard to get asphalt or concrete to withstand that. And then just for watershed. It's a very low in and out vehicle operated facility, and it wouldn't really create much hardship to the community, and it wouldn't create much dust. Right now, it's zoned open space, and with that, without any kind of variance, you could have an equestrian facility there which would produce a lot more dust than the asphalt. You could have a sawmill, which obviously would produce a lot more dust and a lot more noise. So I think, the variance I'm seeking is reasonable.
So the plan that was drawn up that I saw had it as a asphalt parking lot.
No, so the front, so I was told that we'd have to improve the roadway to the property line.
Okay.
So that asphalt, there would be asphalt there.
Okay.
There'd be a concrete apron for if I build.
The
pole barn,
approach,
and
okay.
the approach to the pole barn. And then, once you get into the facility, it would be.
Gravel.
Gravel.
Yeah.
Which, I noticed.
So you may want to look at that, because the first glance of the drawing that was prepared shows the entire parking lot is asphalt.
All right, he may have done it based upon what the existing ordinance is.
That's probably right.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah. So,
Appreciate it.
yeah. That's all I have.
Anything?
Was the pole barn gonna go up as part of this, or just, right now, just parking?
My goal is to put it up, but it just depends on where things come in as far as quotes and prices.
I think I know somebody who can help you with that.
Yeah.
Jason?
I don't have.
Is that the right
anything.
parking spaces?
Carl? Do you have anything?
Greg, is that, John and I were discussing that, I think that was called Old Ambulance Road that went down there. Where that turns from B to Griffith Boulevard, that's of course all asphalt. Now going back,
It's all gravel.
it's all gravel or mud for the most part. Are you paving that, leveling it out and paving it all back to
I
your
believe that's
entrance?
required to do, so I'd be prepared to do that.
Because I think that even goes down, so you're in a low area.
Is that up to the lot line, to the end of the lot line then?
Yes.
From Avenue B? Okay.
All right, I'm good for now.
What's the pleasure of the board with request to advertise for, or permission to advertise for a developmental variance to allow a gravel parking facility at an RV storage facility?
Mr. Chairman, I'm gonna make a motion that we go ahead and let Mance Consulting LLC, Greg Mance, 200 West Avenue B, permission to advertise for a developmental variance to allow gravel parking for the use of an RV storage facility.
Second that?
Questions on the motion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You're all set. You can talk to Trish or Veronica, and they, you may know what the procedure is.
I'll make sure it double check.
Yeah.
You can do it. I didn't know if you want me to, she needs these back.
All right.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to prove these anymore, right?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, we don't?
No.
No.
Okay. You needed these back? Here, you can give that to her too. Any communications?
Can I have that?
Communications? Not a motion to adjourn's in order.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign, motion carries.
I'm boogie.
Show the meeting adjourned at 6:38 PM.
Marathon.
Yeah, it did run long. Usually we get them done in 12 minutes.
Nance would take up so much more damn time. It'd be done.
All right.
an update is what I'm reading, is that correct?
Right, to refresh your well, some of you weren't here last time. We discussed the possibility of, as you know, we can't do the alternative construction entrance off of Reeder Road. So the discussion was taking it through the subdivision. And we had a modification with respect to, and I believe you all are aware of it, that it would be, we're down to, because of the soil, we have to bring in 150 loads, and that would take approximately 5 days, and we're requesting to bring it in through the subdivision. Now, we were gonna do a special plan commission meeting, but I guess that sort of fell to the wayside, et cetera, and we're here to get approval to go through the subdivision with those limited, smaller amounts of soil and construction equipment.
Okay, so you're seeking approval of,
Well, that's just it. And we can talk to council here. We have approval with respect to the plan and that. I guess the question is to discuss access and how we're gonna bring it in. Because like I said, we were going through Reeder Road and that fell through. So we would like to take it through the subdivision now.
all right, let me ask a question. The truck issue, the number of trucks going through the residential area, is that a matter of code?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so,
don't think we have any provision for trucks to be going through a residential area on a mass scale such as this.
okay.
You know, one-up type thing.
All right, well, my question is, if he's looking for a variance from the code, which is what he's looking for, does that have to go to the BZA?
Yes.
Okay,
Well, I would suggest if you believe that the trucks would be brought in there within code, at least cite the code and make the argument that you don't need to have a special meeting or a special variance for that. Have you had any attorney work on this for you or present?
Right, we, well.
I mean, I would put the onus on you to say, no, your code, we can do this within code.
Right,
So cite the code and then we make the argument to us that we don't refer it to the BZA.
well, according to the ordinance, it says that deliveries can be made by truck through residential areas. And that is
Did you bring the code with you by any chance?
not in my back pocket.
Well, it's a pretty important thing.
Well,
I would
I
appreciate, I think we would all appreciate it if you had an attorney review that and present that to us before the meeting.
Well, we took it to Mr. Bott, is that his name?
But he's the town attorney.
Right, right.
However, if you're the one that is, not you in particular, but as a petitioner, if you're saying that this is within code, I would expect an argument to be made why it's within code. Or at least cite the code and any surrounding, either the code that goes along with it, before and after the whole section.
Okay, and the reason we went with Mr. Bott was because isn't this ultimately a town council position?
Yeah, but he represents the town council. I personally think it would be more appropriate for you to present the law yourself that you think you're not required to follow. Or you can follow without having a special variance.
Okay,
That would make things a lot easier
for you,
for everybody.
for everybody.
Because we don't make up the law as we go along, so.
Okay, I understand. All right, so let me ask you this. In the event of, or taking in consideration, we have a time factor here. Can we get a special, we'll have discussion with the plan commission attorney, from our attorney on our side. Can we get, so we don't have to wait another month, can we have this decided within the month, 2 weeks?
I think you're absolutely entitled to a special meeting,
Okay.
so.
So, the plan commission will authorize a special meeting of the plan commission, that we can have something 10 days. How are we feeling on that, gentlemen?
well, why don't you submit your proposal and your attorney's opinion to us, and then, once we have that, we can schedule a meeting.
Okay, it's submitted to the plan commission attorney,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. And I would copy all plan commission members. And if it turns out that you're incorrect and you cannot do it under the then it'd have to go in front of the BZA for a variance, and that's a separate board.
And I believe there's special costs for a special meeting too for plan
Yeah,
commission.
right.
Okay.
We're aware of that, all right. Okay, we'll proceed that way.
Okay, so it's in your court
Court,
to,
yeah. Okay, now let me ask you another question, and just tell me if this is not a plan commission issue or whatever. Is it in the, I don't want to say immediate future, is it in the future of the town to be crossing the bike path and the wetland so that we can get a construction road that way?
The hopes are that we do that. It's just a matter of, from a financial standpoint, how far we go. I think we had discussed that we may take it over the pipelines,
Right.
and then a construction road would be on your responsibility if you needed to get access until the road is completed.
And where's the town with that?
We're at a good spot. I believe we've got some right-of-way to get yet. Or no, I think the right-of-way is all there. I believe what we need are some wetland permits. So that came up, they're about,
Is the town optimistic about this? Or?
you want to pay the 250 grand for the wetland permits?
I would like to.
We'll go for that tomorrow if you want to cough up the money.
Is that how much it is?
Yes, it's more than that.
So what you're telling me is.
We want to do it, but
Yeah,
there's,
it's a money thing.
yeah, unless you can point us to a tree that has money and we go pick some.
I wish I knew where that was. Okay, so in the event, I'm just looking at different possibilities in the future. If this falls through, and the variance falls through, then we're looking towards that alternative, right?
Yep, I would say we should have the decision, I'm thinking, within 60 days on the timeline for Avenue H. Not even the timeline, how far we're gonna go.
Okay, all right.
So
I can hang my hat on that, so to speak.
I would say we hope to have a decision within 60 days,
All right.
or sooner.
Well, that gives me something to,
Okay.
all right, then we'll proceed accordingly with respect to the ordinance, the variance, and maybe even just go across those wetlands. Thank you, gentlemen.
Good,
I
thank
think
you.
Before you go,
I
is
do
it
have a
public
question.
forum here?
Oh,
Public comment.
His first statement was about the plan was approved. The last meeting we had regarding the development map has been approved. Correct?
I believe that's false. We approved the plan.
Ray, what was your question again?
Well, he stated that the development had been approved, and I don't believe that it had been approved. The last one we attended, he had changed some things around between the number of the paired housing or duplexes.
I think what happened is he was going for a PUD, correct? Now it appears he doesn't have to,
Yeah, we went straight R1.
so there's really nothing for us to approve other than the normal plan commission type stuff. So there was nothing out of the ordinary I think he was asking for, except maybe there were some site setbacks possibly.
So it's just all standard residential one single-family home?
And the townhomes or the paired villas where they're allowed within the ordinance,
Around that ditch.
yeah.
Yeah, the raging river.
Then my other question, originally, he's saying now it's 150 truckloads. I think the original estimate at one time was like 2,500 truckloads. So where are we at between 150 and 2,500? Going through, I know the first phase HOA, Trail Creek was against having semis come through their development. I'll tell you right now, the HOA at Turnberry at Trail Creek, we're gonna be against the 2,500 trucks coming through a residential neighborhood, young kids, bringing in dirt.
So that would have been a question I wanted to raise to him to see if you had been in contact with anybody in that, that district. I mean, have you got any feedback from any homeowners? Have you done anything in that
No,
regard?
no. I
Which
mean,
is what we
actually,
asked, which we wanted, I remember
Remember, this
specifically
is a
saying.
5-day operation.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
But remember, you were supposed to have a heavy haul road to start with too, and here we are.
Pardon
A
me?
haul road with Austin.
Right.
Now you don't have it.
Right, right.
And keep in mind, our street's narrower than what the standard is.
Mhm.
of the town.
I'm not, I don't think,
It is.
It is, they're not, I think you're 29 back to back, or 28 or 29 from inside a curb to inside a curb, outside a curb to outside a curb.
okay. And what is the width of a truckload that's bringing in the dirt?
12 foot.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you have residents that park cars on the street.
Well, that's, they're supposed to be parking in the garage and in the driveway.
No, you get street parking in front of our houses.
Well, that's, look at the restrictive covenants.
We're gonna park in the street.
Well, you know.
I think the issue, before we get into all this, we got other business on here.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
understand.
but,
That's all right.
is whether it's legal or not. If
Right.
if you can do it,
Exactly.
that's one thing. If you can't, then we have to look at Plan B.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to dictate to the town how to use their roads. You turn those roads over to the town, did you not?
What I'm trying to do is just determine whether we have the ability to bring in that,
But you're still saying you own the property and the roads, but you turn those over to the town, did you not?
Well, that's a point for argument. Once he gets past his first point about,
But you can't take them back to suit your development, to bring
so
dirt in. When you turn them over.
move on with your attorney
yes.
to find out whether or not it's a variance or it's in there that you could do it, and we'll go from there.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
All right, back to item number 3. Inequity Lakeshore LLC, Gary Warfall, Red Sawyer Place. Final approval to rezone the property from R2 to PUD. And then I have a note on here, the petitioner has requested a continuance to the October 20th, 2025 meeting due to engineering again. Hope it's not the same engineering group.
It's not.
Okay, good. All right, we have a request to continue this item. What's the flavor of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I would say we grant a continuance to the October 20th, 2025 meeting for item number 3.
Okay, I have a motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second
All right, we have a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, once again, you're going to tell the petitioner that he's continued?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. All right, item number 4. Venequity Lakeshore LLC, Gary Warfold, final approval of 4-lot subdivision for construction of 3 duplex homes and 1 quadplex home. And the petitioner has requested a continuance to the October 20th meeting. What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I also grant a continuance to the October 20th, 2025 meeting for item number 4.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, the motion carries, and while you're talking to him about number 3, just go ahead and tell him about number 4 too, if you would. All right, item number 5, 100 North Colfax LLC by Jeff Austin. Final site plan review for the construction of a new commercial office building. Sir, your name?
Good evening, Kevin Koros, McMahon Associates, here representing 100 Colfax LLC. McMahon address 952 South State Road 2, Upper Arizona, 46385. Good evening. We are coming to you just after getting BZA approval for a limited number of parking stalls on the site that you guys probably see before you. We've had site review meeting with council here, and we have provided them some comment revisions on the site, I think July 30th, some time ago, based on comments that we received. One of those being the parking number for the site. So that being done, we're here to see you guys, answer any questions you might have, and get this thing finished out. So, here for any questions you might have.
I do have a question. During the BZA meeting, there were some petitioners who had some questions, some issues, and you guys all gathered up, and I think you got it resolved. What did you resolve?
The main point of that being that they're not actually defunct adjacent to this property. They are north adjoiner to the west property, which Mr. Austin owns. So the issue there being they had questions about fence installations and the future construction of that property, but that wasn't directly adjacent to this property.
Okay, so that, what their concerns have nothing to do with what you're talking about now.
And what exactly are you looking to do with the property?
So what we're gonna plan on here, or I should say what Mr. Austin is gonna plan on here, is a flex space building, kind of made to order. He doesn't know what's going to go in there quite yet. It could be dental, it could be contractor flex space, kind of a number of things. So the plan with the BZA parking is because we didn't quite have enough, we have overhead doors on the north and the south side of the building. Because of that, that limits parking area with the constrained area of the site. So we got the approval for the BZA reduction in parking. However, if whoever comes to use this building doesn't want overhead doors, then we'll be able to make the parking work by installing parking stalls on those north and south sides.
That's tentative right now, am I hearing that correct? As far as the overhead doors?
Correct.
Yeah, I think we discussed this the last time.
We discussed this last time, as
Yeah.
well as the makeup of the building itself.
Mhm.
So we've got some renderings, you had renderings from the last meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
Not yellow, I think, was the.
Oh, yeah, that was
not-
nice.
Was not the
Yeah, I was
mid-state.
happy about that, yeah. Well, I know you guys have kinda gotten away from that a little bit anyway, so that's always a plus. I do wanna add one thing, is there gonna be any kind of green area between the north and south, you know, a buffer? I mean, there is some.
Correct,
Right now.
so the south and the west, we don't need the buffer, we're on the same zoning.
Mhm.
But the north zoning, which I believe is a residential zoning, I don't know which type, but all of our stormwater infrastructure is all placed on the north side, so we do have a relatively large in comparison green buffer area that includes the pond, the berm, and whatever landscaping, that goes with that.
So existing is to remain in place.
Existing, I'm sorry.
The existing buffer that is there.
Correct, yes, yeah, as approved,
Alright.
or as reviewed by, site review.
And that is your property, right?
It's actually my brother's, I'm
Okay,
doing the development for him.
okay. All right, so there won't be some big ugly ass yellow building going in there sometime in the future either, I hope not.
An adult store, you said.
Okay.
And one,
Okay, an
All right,
adult store.
I was just wondering about that, because I've heard, one or two residents in that area, have said they're not really all that happy about seeing everything, paved over and whatnot. I know you own a property, you're there to make money off of it, but it would be nice if we keep some buffer, some kind of green space as a buffer
Yeah, sure.
along the way.
It's a commercial property, so as naturally expected, you would have a lot of impervious area, but all of our stormwater meets code, our green area percentage meets code, and it's all pushed to the side that matters most, which is against the residential side.
Right. And again, I did ask last time, the setback is gonna be in line with what's existing.
Correct. Yeah, we're actually very far setback from standard. We're actually pushed against the rear setback line.
Okay.
Was there any engineering concerns from the last time they submitted plans, and you reviewed to making sure those were fixed and correct?
I believe they got all those back to us. I remember now the drainage report coming through, so I misspoke earlier and
Okay.
reviewed it, so they have come through.
Thank you.
All right, I think I must have missed last meeting, but the only concern I have is we're gonna vote to give final approval on the site plan, but we don't have any drawings for the site plan. Jake, do you have something? You can give us
I've
a,
got a couple copies, I can.
if you can give it to him and he can give his recommendation on the record for it, then we're good, if he's reviewed it.
Yes, we've reviewed these.
Okay.
site plans already.
Oh,
Yeah, site
the
plan
latest
And
one?
we saw them last month.
Because they may have changed since last month or last meeting.
No, the last revision set they have is the last.
Yeah. I-
Would either
Okay.
one of you two wanna see it?
'cause
We've
came
all
through in
seen it.
July, I
Yes.
forgot.
No, if our engineers have seen it.
But has it changed since the previous meeting? It has changed.
No, it has not. Nothing's
Okay.
changed since whatever was approved at our
Okay.
meeting.
All right. No, that's fine. I just don't want to prove anything I
Yeah, no,
haven't seen.
no worries, no worries. I bring extra copies for that reason.
All right, any other questions from the board? Any questions from the table? Okay. What's the pleasure of the board then?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to grant final site plan approval for 100 North Colfax LLC by Jeff Austin.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to grant approval on the site plan, final approval on the site plan. Any further questions? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay,
Thank you, guys.
there you go. All right, moving on to item number 6, the Ross Group, 312 Woodlawn Avenue. Final site plan review to review proposed site changes to the existing parking lot, landscape, and stormwater. Sir,
I'm David Siemens from Siemens Nagai Survey and Engineering, 220 Third Court, Demont, Indiana, 46310. Lynn from the Ross Group is also here. She represented this project last month while I was not able to make it. We did receive comments after the last meeting, and those have been addressed. We did receive additional comments from the engineer this morning, which I believe we have addressed, but I haven't heard back since those. There's a minor comment of a contour line that was added and provided, and some questions as with regard to item construction permit. So, again, this is, if it was all presented last time, if you're all familiar with this, an existing building with existing parking lot. Plan is to relocate the driveway, add an additional row of parking spots. There's a significant amount of landscaping that's being prepared, as well as some interior building improvements. So there's no new exterior building additions or improvements, that's all the interior. And then there's also some drainage improvements on the east side of the lot where there's currently open space. I believe those drainage concerns have been addressed.
okay. Before we begin, Mr. Engineer, have you seen the latest plans?
I have. I think we could have a discussion in terms of disturbance for the site and its need for an IDEM permit, but it's nothing that should hold up any judgment from the board this
Okay.
evening.
All right, good. All right, any comments or questions from the board?
No, I don't have a drawing here. I just would have liked to seen it one more time, but I don't think we had any big hiccups with this at the last meeting, other than your requirements. There's a lot here.
All right, well,
I'm fine with, what I'm seeing, but would you like to see?
yeah, let me take a quick glance at it.
I mean, I didn't go into any depth with them, but I just wanted to do the site plan.
Well, if our engineers are happy with it, they're the guys that are supposed to know this stuff. Supposed to. All right, then, if no further questions, what's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion grant final site plan approval.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
A motion and a second to grant final site plan approval. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. There you go. You have your, all right, just work with our engineer to make sure
Yes, sir.
i's are dotted, t's are crossed. All right, item number 7. Duneland Group, 300 West Ridge Road by Charles Ray, preliminary site plan review for the construction of automotive service station. Owner has acquired additional property to the south, would like to be removed from the agenda. So we have a removal here.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the removal of item number 7 from the Planning Commission agenda.
Okay, can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All right, thank you very much. All right, all those in favor of removing this item at the request of the petitioners, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. All right, you can scratch this one. It means a shorter meeting next month. All right, great.
Hopefully.
All right, under new business. Item number 1, Best Tires, 611 East Main Street by James Berry, preliminary site plan review for change of use for vehicle sales at current business. Sir, your name, please?
James Berry.
Okay. And what do you want to do?
What we're doing is, we would like to add to the ability to be able to use car sales
at our current location.
Okay.
Need the approval so that I can get my business license for going to auto auctions and purchase a vehicle for resale.
Okay, do you have parking area for those vehicles on your current property? Or you,
Yes.
okay.
And you had mentioned you wanted to sell 5 vehicles. Does that include everything that's being reconned, all that stuff, or is that 5 vehicles that you're gonna have?
The 5 vehicles for sale would be posted as shown. And as far as vehicles that would be doing any recon on, we're renting the lot next door, where we could stage the vehicles at, that needed to be worked on. So anything being staged to be worked on wouldn't be in the lot of Best Tires.
Okay, any other questions?
So do you have clear parameters of where the vehicles would be parked at? We see on a map, but do you have a property description or something a little more specific, other than stating 5 vehicles?
Just a map that I have where I posted out as behind the fenced area.
Okay. Jake, do you think that would be suitable if we included that map in the minutes for future reference? If the vehicles can only be sold in this specific area, as opposed to putting a number of vehicles that he could sell or not sell? Is it, you can blow it up a little bit or do something? Okay,
Yeah, we can,
all right,
revise it.
okay.
All right, any other questions, comments?
If I may, so if your intention is to approve the change of use, make it specific that no more than 5 vehicles can ever be sold, and Jacob can come up with a legal description of where they can be located. You know, a general description.
Okay, my thoughts were to not put the limitation of 5 for just be, I mean, we could, but if they're only can be sold in this particular area, then it's clean. Because there was mention that, you know, then somebody's gonna have to go count the cars all the time if there's a problem. Either they're there in the area that they can sell the cars in or not. That's my thoughts. I'm open to anything though.
Yeah, no, I misunderstood. I thought you wanted
Oh, okay.
to limit
Oh.
to the number of cars and.
Okay. And maybe he's selling some really compact cars in the future.
So we're not asking to limit the amount of cars? Is that, am I correct
It's
on
the
that?
footprint, right?
Well, we could make that motion to approve based on the footprint, the area, or whatever, because it's just a preliminary approval anyway. While the engineers can work out a map or something, some diagram to tell us where would be allowable to put the cars.
And we can use the exhibit provided and then just add dimensions and offsets, kind of delineating that area.
Okay. Does that work for you?
Yeah,
All right.
because then, yeah, I think that would be bad. I mean, I'm fine either way, but.
Well, I agree with you that we've had this situation before where we've limited the number of cars and, you know, we say 10 and before you know it, they got 13, 14 cars and they've got the space for it, but we said 10, so now it's back in the air. So if the motion is gonna be on a preliminary approval of the site plan as shown with corrections made, showing the proposed area of the used car sales. Is that correct?
What is the change of use?
As part of the change of use, so.
Oh, no, we're not, wait a second,
It says preliminary, but it's a change
there,
of use.
so this is just a change of use.
Yes.
Oh.
It says, because it says preliminary site plan review for,
Yeah.
I think that was an error.
okay.
Just change it.
That was a typo on
Okay,
So
you guys
change-
decide
change
who's
of use.
responsible.
Okay, then we're into something, if the change of use allows it, then he can use the whole lot that he wants to,
Yeah.
unless we
Well,
specify otherwise.
If you can specify the change of use subject to this amount being used. It's just like a variance, you can make conditions.
Yep, so,
What are we changing it to?
To allow him to have car sales.
I mean, what is the,
what's the current use?
Mechanical.
We do, sell
Mechanical.
tires and we do automotive repairs.
Okay, all right, so it's fully zoned it's fully zoned, so I'd make a motion to allow change of use for the specific area that has been highlighted in the map. And then pending, if we need a legal description to correspond with that, or just provide the map as evidence in the future of this is where the cars are allowed to be sold at. Okay, and that would be contingent upon where it's completely restricted to that area where the cars can be displayed on the map. Did you get that, Veronica?
Can you repeat that?
I can
could you
repeat
play
it
the
if you-
tape back? All right, so what's the motion again? So we're all clear.
My understanding is motion for change of use being granted, subject to the sale of vehicles be limited to an area to be described by the town engineer based on the diagram given by the petitioner.
Okay, now, I have a question though. Is the current property zoned for auto sales?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then what are we changing the use for?
Because it's currently a mechanical shop,
I know, but it's same.
adding an additional.
Yeah, that's a question whether or not you should even have been here in the first place, so that's something we can,
Yeah,
but
when
the
someone
fact that we're
has-
here, I think if we,
is
let's
doing
restrict
a
it to
new
that
use
area.
For the
Yeah.
property, which this is.
Yeah.
We have them come in and ask for permission to change the use. You know, this is what we do. If you don't have an issue with limiting the cars, then you can say, yes, we grant you change of use, period. If you say, you know, I normally don't think this is proper, and I want to limit the number of vehicles, then you can do that.
We're talking about a different business license and model for this. Yeah, okay, so this is why he has to be here.
Yes.
I would agree with that, okay.
What are you agreeing with, Dave?
The fact that he's got to get a business license for this, or different license for this, and, you know, this is an additional business that he's running in conjunction to the business that he has there right now. So this is why that change of use would be in place for that.
Yeah, so it's the business that is changing,
Yes.
not the property
Not the
zoning.
property itself.
All right.
You doing business by another name then?
It's Best Use Auto Repair, or Best Use Autos,
Same name or new name?
same name, but it'll just be Best Use Autos, or Best Tires now, so the secondary.
Okay, so it's a new name,
Correct.
new name for the car
New name
sales.
for the car sales.
Okay, then that makes sense. Okay.
Okay, so now we got this big, long-winded, motion.
Yes, go ahead and make it.
Wolf.
I dare you.
Just say aye or
You
nay.
know what he said earlier.
All right, does everybody understand what we're talking about?
Yes,
Are we good?
yes.
Do we have a motion to,
I'll make a
I
motion
made the
that we
motion.
go ahead.
I already made a motion.
Okay, then.
I didn't think
I'll
yours
second it
counted.
then.
I assume it was seconded?
Just now,
I don't think it was seconded.
just now.
Well, then we shouldn't have discussion until it was seconded. Okay.
all right, can I get a second?
I'll second the motion.
All
Are
right,
there any amendments to this motion that we have to make? Okay.
You guys.
all right, all those in favor of Dave's motion?
Not mine, Rick.
Rick's motion.
Well, It's going in the minutes.
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
All right, any opposed? Motion carries. Whatever we just said just got approved.
We granted the zoning, or the change of use to used car sales, provided that they occur in the area that you described on the map.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, New business item number 2, Jessica Nix, Central Park, 600 North Broad Street, preliminary site plan review for Central Park ball field improvements.
Hi, I'm not Jessica Nix.
I was wondering, that's right.
My name's Tony Rosario, I'm the Griffith Park Board Vice President.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here today asking the Planning Commission to conduct a preliminary site plan review for Central Park Phase 3. I'm gonna list out some key improvements to the project. All 3 fields will receive new and updated surface treatments, meaning Babe Ruth Field will get natural turf with new baseball line mix. Major and minor fields will get our artificial turf infields with natural turf outfields. Additional upgrades include underground drainage system to improve playing conditions, new fencing, dugout shelters, sporting level lighting, PA systems, and other enhancements to improve playability for the kids on the ball field. Concession and press box buildings to undergo exterior modernization to enhance functionality and appearance. Mainly, we're just going to be taking off the roofs of both the buildings and redesigning the roofs to get them away from the older mushroom type style to more of a peak type design for roofing. There'll be an addition of a playground for ages of 2 to 5. Right now, the playground at Central Park is for what we feel a little bit older children, so we want to focus on kids that are ages 2 to 5. So we're going to be making an addition on the south end of the existing playground to meet the ages of 2 to 5.
Is that gonna butt up to the existing then?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Pedestrian access, ADA accessible walkways and surfacing will be incorporated to ensure safe, easy, and inclusive access throughout the park for all users and players. We made sure we took that into account, and that is a requirement with the grant that we're receiving as well from the federal government, so we want to make sure we met ADA compliance. Project timelines, bidding for the project is going to go out end of October, which would be the advertisement project for bids. End of November bids would be due back from all the vendors. Mid-December, contract awarded and issued to notice to proceed from all contractors. Construction, once contractor is given notice to proceed, they can begin the process of ordering equipment, getting a jump start on all that ordering process. As soon as ideal weather conditions arrive, site construction can take place as early as next spring. That would be our intention. We anticipate substantial completion in September with final completion in October. That's our target. And you're probably asking, what are we going to do with the kids next year? I was able personally to reach out to the town of Sherrville and have some discussions with the town of Sherrville. They're willing to take our children for next year. So our T-ball programs that we have at St. Mary's would remain, but any minor, major, or Babe Ruth would be played at the town of Sherrville. They were very welcoming and accommodating. We did go there and have discussions with them. They said whatever we need, they will assist us with. So I think that's fantastic. So we will conduct our team design. We do all of our processes here internally, but we will take our Griffith teams as structured and move them over to Sherrville for them to play there for next season.
So the whole season's out basically at Central Park?
Yes,
for the most part, except for what we can do T-ball and whatnot over there at St. Mary's.
Correct. We would keep those programs there at St. Mary's because we don't plan to touch any of those ball fields there in this project. Only ball fields we're touching or any buildings or structures will be at Central Park. Any further questions? Very exciting project. I know the baseball fields haven't been done in a long time. We were able to get a sizable grant from the federal government to meet the needs of the kids for the town, so I'm very excited to be able to lead the project with BFS Engineering and hopefully make the ball fields a lot better than what they are now.
I do have a question for you, and this it's a question just for me, I guess. In the past, when we've talked about doing something to the ball fields, make it bigger, rearranging, whatever, there was always a concern that the ball fields aren't big enough to qualify for tournament play. Is that correct? And is that the same, will that condition be the same, that we can't have any major tournaments or whatever it was that?
No, Mr. Ball, I think, our intention is, once all of the renovation or revitalization is done to the ball fields, is to try and generate some tournaments in our minor
Okay.
and major league programs. We won't have tournaments from a Babe Ruth perspective because we only have one field there. But in our minor and major league areas, we plan on using both of those diamonds as much as we possibly can. And the direction with revitalizing the ball fields, honestly, is to try and get the kids to come back out and play baseball. So we're doing turf infields, as you can see, for both the minor and major league field. Both of those fields will be identical to one another in depth and size, and they're gonna be basically identical to one another for usage for small tournaments with other towns if we can. And we think it'll be cool for the kids to bring them out and let them play on the turf surfaces. We've had some discussions internally in the park, and this hasn't been shared with others, but we do wanna bring the softball girls, over from the softball fields over to play on the fields as well. So we're gonna try and get them to utilize the fields for potential tournaments there also, because the fields will be large enough to be able to house softball tournaments for the kids also. And in the design that I'm putting in place, we're gonna be having removable mounds for baseball, so that the fields can be utilized for softball and baseball, and there'll be removable bases on the fields. So it's just trying to make it as general as I can in the design.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, you're not looking for anything official from us, right? This is just a plan review?
Yeah, this is just the start of the process.
Okay.
I believe we're looking for preliminary approval.
Yeah, preliminary site approval, yes. Sorry.
All right, can we get a motion in that regard?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to grant Jessica Nix, item number 2, preliminary site plan approval for Central Park ball field improvements.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
I've got a motion and a second to grant preliminary site plan approval. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, here you go. Thank you. Nice presentation. This is item number 3. Jesus Lowe, 221 West Ridge Road, Don Taringa, Taringa Engineering, preliminary site plan review for a Mexican restaurant in town here.
Do you all have plans of this?
I'll take a look at one, just in case. Is this the first time we've been before the Plan Commission?
Yes.
Okay.
That is it.
Thank you.
Special.
You gotta be quick.
Thank you very much. Okay, for our information, how do you pronounce the name of the restaurant? Okay,
You guys affiliated with the East Chicago one? Oh, oh, nice.
My name is Don Taringa, I'm a farm engineer, Jesus Lowe is the owner, and we also have Tom Fabric, who's the architect. In regards to this project, this is the old United Way building. It is immediately to the east of the Dairy Queen. There has been an issue with ingress egress on this site, and what Bruce and Tom have gone through is to take a portion of the building down and create enough room on the west side of the building for two-way traffic off of Ridge Road. There's already a driveway entrance there, which is a combination with the Dairy Queen. And with that, there are modifications to the building, there are modifications to the parking lot. We are creating a detention area in the back of the property, in the wooded area. And what you see on your drawings, the first sheet is it's kind of hard to see because this is 11 by 17. The first sheet is basically existing condition. The second sheet is nothing more than the demolition, which shows on the building, you can see number 4 is remove the building. That's the portion of the building that's going to come down, creating the extra space over there. The third page, the grade area is the parking lot that is being proposed. The stormwater detention area actually is in a wooded area in the back of the property. And then the last sheet, which again is not easy to read at all, shows all of the elevations on the property. Utilities to service the building, water's already there. This was an active building. Sanitary sewers there, gas, electric, everything. So with that, we're here to seek preliminary site plan approval, same as the last one.
Okay, so really, the major outside stuff not designed yet is the stormwater and all that kind of stuff, right?
No, it's designed. What I didn't have at the previous meeting was I did not have the calculations that Jake asked for this morning. And I have those now, but I didn't figure it would be any good to get those to him at 4:30 in the evening, so I didn't. Everything else that was on the review that he had asked for has been taken care of, except for the last item, which is that he states that the Griffith town standards should be used on this project. I'm not sure what standard details you're talking about, because I could not find them.
Yeah, I emailed you this afternoon. Yeah.
I just see that, so they'll be attached to.
Okay. Any other questions?
How quick are you looking to start construction or demo at least?
As soon as you let me get my permits.
Okay.
Just 'cause it's been-
Hold on a second, he's the chairman, but,
Because, yeah, we've been kind of going back and forth for more than a year, trying to like have the building.
oh, really? Okay.
We've been going back and forth trying to come up with plans and
Okay, and everything contained in the gray is absolutely, is all on your property?
Yes,
It's been staked out, confirmed, whatever, just in case there's any property disputes?
the gray line, where you're seeing the gray line is this property.
Okay. All right.
All right, so you own the property back behind it with detention pond.
So
That's correct.
you're actually bringing in more of a driveway, I guess, or an approach to the parking lot by knocking down part of the existing building. Is that correct?
We're making a two-way entrance
Okay.
onto his property. What currently happens here, people can come in, there's only one way, and then circling around the Dairy Queen, that type of thing, so we're
Okay.
creating a two-way entrance for this property.
Which would be a big improvement on the property.
You're gonna fill in that big pothole that's out there by Ridge Road? or-
It's all, everything that's in gray is to be torn up and replaced, so it's.
Okay, I want to ask you a question now. As far as this in and out, how wide is that going to be? I mean, what is that going to amount to lane-wise?
Well, it's
Each
hard
way.
to read on there, but I believe it's 23 feet.
Okay, so we're going to
So
split up
that's
23
shy.
feet
Yeah.
to building to proposed curb. Are there going to be any pipe balls, anything like that, or anything like that along the way, or? No? Okay.
High powers for what reasons?
Yeah. I mean, it's usually what you put them up for.
There is some room there that he could put those in, but I didn't call for it.
Okay, fine. I'm just curious.
Okay, any other questions?
I have a question.
I hear a voice. Oh, hi.
Hi, my name's Linda Angel. I own the Dairy Queen next door to Mr. DeSouza's property.
Yes.
I was wondering if I could get a definition of a 1-foot wide curb out.
This is not my idea. This apparently came from somewhere else. But a 1-foot curb, it's not out, it's a cut. That is in response to what Jacob asked. He claims that there will be stormwater drainage problems on your property if that curb is put in there. So at 3 different spots on the curb, I put a 1-foot wide
be removing any trees behind there to put in that retention pond, or all of the trees?
Only the trees necessary, but there will be a lot of trees removed. But those trees will not, you will not see that in the dirt. There will be trees between your parking lot and the protection pond.
I only mention it because the trees are becoming an issue, because they're really old and they're hanging over my property. Lastly, because I've seen a plan similar to this before, is 23 feet, is that the norm for ingress and egress?
There is no norm. 24 feet would be standard 2 12-foot lanes, but there are many, many roadways out there. In fact, any county road that you go on, you're probably going to be driving on about 20 foot road.
So one of the things I wanted to bring to your attention, I did reach out to NIPSCO because they have requested to attorney that I do that. And NIPSCO informed me that as far as moving the pole that is actually on my property to help them have better ingress and egress, they said we put poles where we put them for a reason. So they seem completely uninterested in moving that pole for any reason. Also, I had blacktoppers out today to do some patchwork, and I offered Mr. Jesus to repair those big potholes, but he denied that. So just wanted to know, I'm trying to be a good neighbor out there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
As far as that pole goes, we don't need it moved to make our entrances, we're gonna reduce our building, so that is stay.
Right.
All right, any other questions? Jake, are you good with progress on this here?
Yeah, I'll hold up to preliminary approval, I'd like to review these before final, but.
Yeah, right.
If you have, I'm sorry, I missed the last part, what, before final?
I'd like to review these before.
Okay,
final, yeah.
all right, okay. And do you see any adverse issues occurring on the adjacent property with this development?
From just a quick look here at the revised plans, I believe the curb cuts that Mr. Durango has added will mitigate any ponding. that
Very
may
good,
occur
thank
on
you.
the backside.
All right.
Is there any way, like, we can make the process go back quicker instead of waiting for another month?
Let's get through this one first. Give us about 30 seconds, if anybody has anything else.
Yeah, are we good here? Looking for a motion for preliminary site plan approval.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for preliminary site plan approval as presented.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion second for preliminary site plan approval. All those in favor say aye.
Mr. Chairman, okay, go ahead. Okay, okay, I'm
All
good.
opposed, say nay. Okay, we got it. We need,
No, I was just sent them, well, everything's passed.
yeah,
So, okay, so I guess normally if a petitioner wanted to get final site plan approval, they can do that in the same meeting if they requested
You still
the
have
commission to
issues-
do
you still
so.
have things that you
Oh,
have to
but,
take out.
Mr. Maglish, so I'm just explaining the process, and that would be something that we could discuss after a motion is either voted on, or if the petitioner had asked to suspend the rules, then we could possibly discuss that.
so the petitioner has to
They would have
ask
to initiate that, yes.
for the plan commission to suspend the rules and move to a final site plan approval. Are you asking us to do
I
that?
think that is exactly what you would want, yes.
Can you ask it?
Could you please suspend the rules to grant final approval?
All right, we have to have a motion and we have to vote on it, so,
And this would be subject to the engineering questions being answered.
yeah. we
Or
can-
whatever else was put on there, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we have a request to suspend the rules.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to suspend the rules.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion to second to suspend the rules and go directly into a final site plan review.
Do a vote on that. Roll
Yeah,
call.
yeah, roll call vote. Somebody over there, I don't care who.
Is this discussion?
Roll call. There's no discussion under the suspension.
Larry
Motion.
Bala,
In favor.
Rob Bala,
In favor.
Larry Sessom, Dave Maglish,
In favor?
Dan Bal,
In favor?
Jim Marker, Rick Rafa,
In favor.
Bob Schwer. Okay. That's it.
What's 4 divided by 7?
4 divided by 7.
57.
I don't know, I haven't eaten
I do
dinner
not
yet.
think we have a quorum. No, we got five. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah, you've got enough here,
Yeah.
that's already.
It's
done.
2/3.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the rules are suspended, correct?
Yes, they are. Now we need a motion to grant final site plan approval with any conditions that we want to tack on that.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for final site plan approval contingent upon the Plan Commission engineer and attorney authorizing, or the engineer putting the stamp of approval on the engineering drawings that have been requested, and approval, additional approval from the town attorney.
I'll say.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for what he said. All those in favor say aye.
Mr. Ballo, can we have discussion real quick?
I suppose.
So Jake, what are the items, other than you said a few things you wanted to look at that you received this afternoon?
Just the plans that we received now, maybe just more than 5 minutes to look at.
Just to make sure that nothing's changed, okay.
Yeah, there's a couple things jumped out at me, but I don't see anything major. One of the major items is
It's a drainage easement that they're working on, but it's not finished.
So essentially, once that's complete to the satisfaction of our Plan Commission engineer, he'll notify the town attorney, who then could subsequently say, you're good to go.
Which drainage easement are you talking about, Jake? The big one in the middle?
So it's 2 parcels,
Mhm.
correct?
That is correct, yes.
So, right now, the back parcel handles the detention and release through infiltration for both lots. So if one were to sell without the easement in place, it would be problematic.
Okay. All right, so get the easement worked out, satisfy that, and I think we're good. All right. Are we waiting to vote on something else now?
Yes.
Where are we?
To grant the final site plan approval based on all the things that we just mentioned.
Motion, so we just call for a vote.
All right, anybody out there want to vote? All right, we have a motion to grant final site plan approval contingent upon conditions set by town attorney and town engineer. All of those in favor of granting final approval, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, all right, you have your final approval, provided you answer all those questions. That's it. Unless you got something else?
No, he's here
Jesus.
for the other show.
Oh,
Next.
oh, okay. Well, he did such a fine job of making the presentation during the BZA thing. I thought we'd get the, oh, okay. This is item number last. Mance Cotton Consulting, Craig Master, out of West Avenue B, request permission to advertise for public hearing to rezone from OS to open space to I-1 light industrial piece of property. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, Mr. Chairman, may I approach to testify? We're going to be getting some drawings of the proposed outdoor storage facility. This is the area on West Avenue B, just east of the water tower, the town water tower. Right now, it's zoned open space, which, as you're aware, the use of this property right now as it is could be used as an equestrian center or a sawmill to cut lumber. I'm proposing a change to industrial, light industrial, to allow me to put an outdoor storage facility, have less of an impact on the community. There's a need for this type of facility in Griffith. The few RV outdoor storage areas that we have are normally at capacity, especially during off-season. As a former police chief, I know that the community has an issue with cars and trucks, boats being stored illegally, and part of the reason for that, I believe, is lack of places that are close in proximity to store their equipment. So I believe this would solve some issues for the community, be of minimal impact, and provide revenue to the town. I like to advertise to get this moving forward for a rezone.
All right, question for you. It was pointed out the access to that piece of property is down Avenue B, but the actual easement for Avenue B ends just to the west of Griffith Boulevard. Is that correct?
I'll let the engineer speak.
Tom Torring, Engineering. Yes, that is correct. The right-of-way for Avenue B ends at Griffith Boulevard. From that point on, it is owned partially by Mr. Mance and that existing house, which they would never grant any right-of-way there because it would go, you could see from the drawing, it'd go right through their house. Mr. Mance is willing to dedicate the 15 feet, and Marathon Pipeline Company has been contacted through their real estate agent. They are in the process of reviewing it right now, but they're preliminarily, they have said they have no issue whatsoever. What I did do with Marathon Pipeline is I did take it upon myself to add the additional right-of-way request from them to get to the water tower, because there's a dirt road to the water tower, basically across someone else's property right now. So with that being said, we do not have a final approval from them, but we do have a verbal at this point.
Okay. All right, any questions?
Chief, just for everybody's information, approximately how many spots are on here?
Right now, it's drawn 67.
Thank you.
All right. So this is simply just a request for permission to advertise for a public hearing.
Correct.
So we don't really need to have all those details. I would hope that by the time the public hearing comes along, you'd have some finalization or something from Marathon. Mr. Schwerd, you had indicated that in order to rezone the whole area, we'd have to have both people on board, or Marathon on board with it, or you own both sets of the properties of the easement, I think. Is that
I
correct?
think Marathon owns the other half.
Yep.
Marathon owns the other half.
So if they were to grant the, I don't know, something in writing that they grant the easement?
Yeah, in order to do all, because you can't petition for property you don't own. But,
So they would just need a letter of support, or
Yeah.
a letter stating this?
look, that you have their permission to seek rezoning for the property they own.
Otherwise, we could only give the open space or the rezoning to the property that you own.
Thanks for
Now,
the information.
if you can get that, that'll save you coming here twice for a rezone.
Understood.
Okay, any other questions, comments? So are we looking to grant a rezoning based on the fact that he needs to get that needs to get that agreement from Marathon to make?
Yeah, he's asking permission to advertise,
Okay,
that's all, so,
So I'd make a motion, unless there's any more, we can have the discussion. I'd make a motion to grant permission to advertise for a public hearing to rezone the property to, from open space to I2, or light industrial, I'm sorry.
all right, got a motion to,
second.
all right, there we go. All those in favor?
Hey,
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unanimous. There you go, you have your permission to advertise.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Bob, if he comes to the public hearing, and he's got his letter from Marathon or whatever, saying, yeah, we'll rezone with you. We rezone both his property and Marathon's property?
He can do that, but he's got to have permission before he advertises.
Because he needs to know what to advertise.
Pardon me?
He needs to know what to, you would need to know what to advertise.
Need to know a legal description of what is being rezoned.
I believe that's part of the advertisement, you have to include the legal description, correct?
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you have anything from, well, I don't know how that would work, but you'd want, unless you want to come back twice, you'd advertise for that portion that you need from For Marathon. In order for us to actually grant approval for it, we'd have to have some kind of documentation that they're okay with it,
We'll work on that immediately.
so. And we didn't put a date when the meeting was, so if it doesn't happen for the next meeting, it can happen the meeting after that or the meeting after that, if you don't get it done in time. So,
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, is there any other business come before the planning?
Mr. Chairman, is there something we can do about that big hole in the middle of the room? Who would we contact on that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I would think the building department, wouldn't you think that would be?
All right. We haven't had a meeting for a while, I just noticed.
What happened to it? Somebody tear it down or just get wet
Water.
and fall in?
Water, air conditioning.
Looks like it's water, yeah. Okay, do we have any other business?
Bills and expenditures.
Bills and expenditures,
Make a
What-
motion to pay Tricia $65 for the meeting minutes.
okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Nobody's gonna oppose, so it's passed. All right, anything else? All right, meeting's adjourned at 8:13. That was almost painful.
Was my 4th anniversary. Okay,